This is the presentation for Team 6 on economic game theory. Economic game theory is said to have originated in the mid-19th century with the publication in 1838 of Augustin Cournot's Researches into the Mathematical Principles of the Theory of Wealth. The publication in 1944 of The Theory of Games and Economic Behavior by John von Neumann and Oscar Morgenstern utilized Cournot's initial research, and the modern principles of the game theory were formulated. So, what is game theory? Game theory is a strategy of science which attempts to determine mathematically and logically the actions that players should take to secure the best outcomes for themselves in a wide array of games. By studying the outcome for each participant, whether it be in business, takeovers, or in chess, it was determined that all games share the common feature of interdependence. Game theory is utilized across many different platforms, such as economics and business, political science, biology, and computer science. Although game theory is a very useful tool, it does have its shortcomings in business application. Economic optimization has two shortcomings when applied to actual business situations. First, it assumes factors such as reaction of competition or tastes and preferences of consumers remain constant. Second, managers sometimes make decisions when other parties have more information about market conditions. There are important distinctions between economic game theory and evolutionary game theory. Economic games are zero sum. Increasing the payoff to one player decreases the payoff to others, whereas evolutionary game theory need not be zero sum. Economic game uses money as currency, whereas evolutionary game uses fitness. Game solution is the best strategy. Social scientists require rational behavior. Evolution requires natural selection. A pair of strategies which represent the best replies to each alternative is a Nash equilibrium. The Nash equilibrium, which is named after Nobel-winning economist John Nash, is a solution to a game that involves two or more players who want to obtain the best results for themselves, but also must factor in the actions of others involved. Examples of the Nash equilibrium include pure strategy, do the same thing every time, mixed strategy, assign a probability to each action. Every game has a Nash equilibrium, but it's not necessarily with a pure strategy. The prisoner's dilemma illustrates the choices players face and how it impacts the outcome. This is based on an individual's outcome being dependent on others' behavior. The individual weighs the desired outcome as well as the possible behavior of the other players involved and chooses their approach. When both players follow what they perceive to be in their own best interest, both individuals can experience a bad outcome. Zero sum is a situation in the game theory in which one person's gain is equal to another person's loss. So the net benefit is zero. An example of this is in business, where one person gains on a contract and there is a counterparty who loses. Simple two-person zero-sum game goes by the following assumptions. Each player knows both of his opponent's alternatives. Preferences of all players are known. Single period game. Sum of payoffs are zero. An equilibrium or Nash equilibrium if none of the participants can improve their payoff.